Before we start, it'd be great if you could give us just a very quick presentation of yourself.
Yes, I'm Stefan, I'm 38 years old. I'm an engineer from Germany who did an MBA afterwards. Between engineering and MBA, I was working in the humanitarian sector for the International Committee of the Red Cross in quite faraway countries. And after the MBA, I didn't really know what to do and ended up in Geneva at the European headquarters of a big American company, Procter & Gamble. I came to Geneva as a completely free man. After the MBA, I felt like the entire world was open to me, so it was more by coincidence that I ended up in Geneva. I had not to take care of any family or relationship background, yet Geneva promised to me also to be a city where you could find easily new people. For me, since a very long time, I like everything that has to do with languages and with travel. I think my assignment with the International Committee of the Red Cross was a perfect match for these passions. Geneva, again, is a place where you can live out a lot of language skills because there are people from all over the world living there, and it's even a good starting point for travel for that purpose.
What's it like to live in Geneva as an expatriate in just 3 to 5 sentences?
Geneva is an easy place to live in. It's a place that offers a lot. Geneva is a place that has a lot of facilitation for whatever you need. Very easy to live there and come in. Geneva is a place that goes with the seasons. I like a lot about Geneva the fact that it's good in any season and it goes through all the 4 seasons of the year.
What struck you most about the place?
It was basically how small it was. Geneva has a big name. Geneva, everybody talks about Geneva all over the world. There are people who believe that Geneva is kind of Europeans' capital, and in reality it's a very small place. It's 200,000 inhabitants, which in other countries would be a town you wouldn't even know existed, and that's kind of what you feel like when you're in it. It offers only like 2 streets where there's something going on at night, for example. It has of every kind, maybe just one thing, one restaurant of that type, one club of that type, one cultural event per day, and which is typical for a small city like that. And maybe for its size it even offers more, but when you come in you expect something bigger actually. So I was quite surprised, even sometimes to the positive for practical purposes, how small everything was.
Would you say upon arriving you experienced something like a culture shock?
I wouldn't say I experienced culture shock of coming to Geneva. The Genevan culture, I would say, doesn't even exist really because there's so many foreigners living in town. And Geneva's foreign community is not a melting pot like in other places. Geneva is subdivided into many small communities and cultures. So you choose the one you want to be in. And I was in several ones. In the young expatriate one, if you want so, from companies. I was in the humanitarian one because of my background. And I tried to connect with real Genevans, which is very difficult. You know, you choose the culture you want to be in, and you can have that there, and there's not a lot of culture shock. Yet, me being a Central European, there was not so much shocking culture to bridge.
Could you tell everyone what you like best and what you like least about Geneva?
What I like best about Geneva is actually it's a 4-season city where the offer you have in each season is almost best of its kind almost in the world. You have best winter sport resorts just around the corner, you have best hiking just around the corner, you have a huge lake in front of you in summer that's almost like a seashore. Every month has a different flavor to the city, which I like a lot. I like a lot the fact that it has a very easygoing airport. It's only literally 10 minutes and it's a small airport. Half an hour after you get into the airport you take off basically to all over Europe. I like a lot the young, energetic culture of so many expatriates from so many countries living in Geneva just for a short while and being eager to get to know others. And there's a lot going on in those circles. What I would say I didn't like too much was that in Geneva I got the feeling that I pay a bit too much for what I get. The prices are super high in Geneva, as high as in any other, top-notch cities such as Zurich, such as London and so on, but the quality you get in return in terms of housing, in terms of public transport, is pretty mediocre, I would say. Whatever the reasons are, but for me this was like what I didn't like too much.
And were there any moments when you missed home?
I I don't think there were moments. I missed home. I did go home pretty often. It's not so far away. I like the experience of being in Geneva. Of course, I missed some people there, but pretty much anything else is either similar enough or substitutable compared to home.
Including Bavarian pretzel.
No, that's the only one. Bavarian pretzel you probably won't. Not even the German pretzel you would get in all over outside Bavaria.
Watch the entire interview on whatsitlike.tv. Our interviewee shares personal experience about all aspects of living abroad. For example, what's it like to integrate and make friends? What's it like at work and in business? What's it like to live in the city? What's it like to bring a partner and kids? We have prepared for you hundreds of candid, real-life accounts of expatriates who are actually there. It is almost as if you call them directly. See you on whatsitlike.tv and get all your answers before you move.